Well, good evening, everyone, team. Welcome back to the sessions, and let me start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So, in the last session, team, on Friday, we were talking about the concept of security administration in the Fusion system, right? So, the very basic concept or the initial concept that which we have to be knowing in the system before we starting any implementation is what team I told you. We have to start with the concept of security administration in the system. So what we are going to see in the security administration, I told you, right? The entire security administration we can categorize into two. One is user account management and the other one is role management in the system. All right, team. One is user account management and the other is role management in the system. So as part of the security administration team, I have introduced it to you how in the Fusion system the user account creation will be handled, right? I told you we have two ways how the user accounts in the system will be defined, team. Like if at all, if it is an employee in the system, whenever HR hiring the employee record, system itself will generate the user account. I told you, team. If not employee, or if it is employee also, due to some data discrepancy, if system couldn't able to create the user account automatically, manually we can define the user account in the system. I told you, team. And as part of that, on Friday, we have seen how to define the user accounts in the system for our implementation team or for the employee accounts, anything that were not defined by the system, how to create the user accounts manually, we have seen, team. And whenever we creating the user accounts in the system, how the concept of security in Fusion system is working, team, I told you, it is working on a concept called RBAC, right? Roles-based access control. I told you for every module in the system or every functional area in the system, Oracle standardly defined certain roles in the application team, right? So whenever the user account created in the system, whatever the roles that we are assigning to that user, accordingly, the access to the application is being provisioned in the system for that user team. That is what we came to the conclusion on Friday. The security in the Fusion system is purely working on a concept of roles-based access control, I told you. But within role management, I told you how to use the standard Oracle delivered roles in the system and assigning that to the employees team. But within the roles, we have types of roles I told you, like job role, data role, abstract role, duty roles. That all, as I told you, team, we are going to take this topic exclusively once we complete our functional training again. So preliminarily, in order to understand whenever we go for an implementation, how the user account for our team members we have to create. I told you client will give one super user account for our entire team. By using that credentials, we will log into the system and we will create the user account for our rest of the team, and we will assign whatever the roles that are required for our team to access the system. That's what we should know. So as far as that knowledge is concerned, team, we covered the user account in the system, how to create the user account in the system. Now team, I want to talk about one more thing. What is that? Whenever we creating the user accounts in the system, team, if you could remember the last day, some pattern system following up, if you could see or if you could notice, what is that? Let me get into the system, team, and then I will show you what is the pattern system following whenever we creating the user accounts in the system. So let me log into the application. As I told you, we can log in with the credentials by passing the user ID and password. So where we have to go in the Fusion system in order to define the user accounts or assigning the roles to the user, where I told you team, we have to go to the functional area called tools, right? Under tools, security console, right team? I told you we have to go here, come to security console, and here team, we have to go to users. So if you want to search for the existing user and what are all the things that an admin can perform for the user accounts, I have already covered in the last session team. So we have created a user called TrioTech Kumar, correct? Right team? Now observe one thing. If you want to create a new user account, where we have to go, I told you, we have to come to here, correct team? Add user account. So now see, I'm trying to create a new user account in the system. So I'm giving team in the user information, first name as some TrioTech and last name I'm giving some Verma. Okay. Now see team, the moment I move on to the next attribute or the next field, let's say, see the username here, as of now it is empty, but the moment I came out of that last name and I selected some other attribute team, system automatically taken up a format here. Username is in which format? First name dot last name. Who told that system to be taking that combination? Who told that? Why system taking that combination team? My client might have a different requirement. My client asking me, Kumar, I want employee's email ID. Like if I pass the email ID of an employee, let's say varma@triotech.com. Okay, something is that employee's email ID. So username should be his email ID, not first name dot last name. But system already followed a pattern here, team. The moment I pass first name and last name, automatically a combination taken up team. What is that? And even password, see, when I'm trying to give the password here, some information icon is coming. If I keep my cursor on that, it is telling the password policy. Simple, at least 8 characters and 1 number. So when I'm trying to create the new user team, in the password when I'm giving, at least 8 characters I have to use and 1 number I have to use. But my client have a different bunch of requirements. My client asking me, Kumar, I want minimum 4 small characters, 3 uppercase, 2 numbers, and 1 special character. Can you give that? Can I configure the system according to my client requirement? From where all these are coming to? The password policy or the username format. Or if you could remember last class, when I created the user account team, see, I created one user account. When I created the user account, here I could able to see password expiration date. When I edit the user account, password expiration date, see, 6 and some date is coming. From where all these are coming? From where all these are coming? We can set up the username rules team. In the Fusion application, we can set up the user account rules. What rules we can set up team? We can set up the rules like username generation rule. We'll talk about a couple of things, okay, in the system directly. So we have the scope in the system to configure the user account rules. Like when admin or the HR creating the user accounts, okay, how the user accounts to be defined. We can set up the rules in the system team. From where they all are coming, the rules, you know, when we creating the user account team, there is something, if you could notice, user category. See, when I click on a drop down, you could able to see couple of other things also, Genpact, Mahindra Group. But remember one thing, in the real-time application, whenever you are working team, user category you will see only one option here. By default, in the real time, when you are working in the client application, in the user category, you will see only one option that will be default. I will tell you what are these things in next 5 to 10 minutes. So from this user category level team, these all rules are maintained. So if you want to configure the user account rules in the system, okay, you have to go to this user category. How, Kumar? How I can go to this user category, the default one you are telling? Here only, when you come to security administration team, here now we are on this users area. In the bottom, if you see under users, something called user category. See, so whatever the user category that you are seeing here, the default, that will be available here, team. Let me open another tab. Okay, duplicate. So as I told you, team, it is on a cloud-based mode. You can simultaneously work on the application on a multiple tabs. So let me keep this screen like this. And let me go to again the security console. Okay. Let me go to tools, then security console, and then team here. So now we are on this tab, users tab. If I go here to the users, then I can go to add user account. Now I am on the add user account page. Now team, you come to here, user categories. Come to user categories. So when you come to user categories team, what are all the categories you are seeing? Default, Genpact, Mahindra Group, see. So as I told you team, in the real-time client application, when you start working, when you come to user categories, this default user category, Oracle will give in the system team. See, here cross icon is also not available. We cannot delete them. Whereas Genpact, Mahindra Group, people like you and me, when they're practicing security in this training environment, they have created it. When we have to create also, I will tell in the next 10-15 minutes. Now team, come to user category. What in the Fusion system we will maintain at the category level team? If you click on that default category, okay, you can see several sections on the left hand side. Now you are on the default user category details page. Here you are on the first tab, details, and then password policy, and then notification, users, like that team. On the details tab, currently we are in team, details tab. Next we can go to password policy. If I click on password policy, I can go to password policy area. Then notification, then I can go to notifications area. Now my screen is loading to update team. Notifications, like that. So let me go to the details tab, the very first one. What you can see here team on the details tab, you can click on edit so that these options will become editable. Click on edit and see team. This is the user category name default. That is what you are seeing here team, user category default. Then this is description just, okay, this is not required. And here team, username generation rule. This is what we are configuring at the category level. See, username generation rule. What is the combination set it up team? First name dot last name. That is the reason whenever I'm creating a user account in this category, the moment first name and last name I have given, automatically the combination taking up here team. See, TrioTech, some Verma I'm giving. See, automatically the combination taken up because you are creating the user account in this category of default that was set up team. We have other combinations also available in the system. What are they team? See, we have first name dot last name, we have email, we have first letter of the first name, that is F, and last name, then person or party number. Person number or party number in Fusion system team, whenever we hire an employee in the system, in Fusion system, whenever we hire the employees team, person numbers will be allocated to them, nothing but employee ID. Like if you are working in any company, you will have your employee numbers, right? Employee ID. In Fusion system, that employee IDs we will call as person numbers. So whenever we hiring any employee, every employee will be allocated with a person number team. So what is the username that you want to maintain in the system for the employees? Client will decide. The username for every employee to be first name dot last name, email ID of that employee, or first letter of the first name and last name, then person number. These are the combinations team. Client can choose out of this for any one. Now see, I will change it to email, username generation rule, save and close. See the difference team. Now the username generation rule, I change it to email. Now see team, let me cancel it and let me come to the fresh again, like add user account. Now see team, email field became mandatory. Earlier it was not. Now see, I will give TrioTech Varma. Now automatically the username will take up that only, first name dot last name. But in email, see, I'm passing varma@triotech.com. Now see team, the moment I pass email and I will go to the next button, next field, see what it is taking up. The username taking up as the email of that employee. Whatever the email that we pass it, that is being taken up here team. Earlier, in the same user account, when I'm creating my user account team, first name and last name, when I pass, only that has taken up. Now email ID became mandatory, and when I pass email ID here, automatically username taken up with that. Why? Because in this category level, you set it up the rule, username generation rule to be email. So here we have to choose team. Client will tell us what is the pattern they want to follow or the format they want to follow for the user account generation for their employees. The system should take their email IDs or their first name and last name, what? That you can choose. And then team, generate system username when generation rule fails. What is this, Kumar? Why username generation rule fail? This is what my username generation rule team, first name dot last name. When the username generation rule will fail in the system, I will tell you with an example. See, already I created one account in the system with the details of TrioTech Kumar. Like TrioTech is the first name and Kumar is the first name. You tell me people, usually the names are quite common for many people. Especially in India, if you take, we have many common names for many people. Like you take anyone, Rajesh Kumar. There will be many people with the name Rajesh Kumar. Rajesh as first name and Kumar as last name. Or if you take Satish Kumar, Satish as first name, Kumar as last name. That is quite common, right? People will have common name like first name and last name. Now let's suppose team, one of the employee joined the organization. His name is TrioTech Kumar. First name is TrioTech and Kumar is the last name. Okay. He joined the organization. This is what his account. First name dot last name is the rule. It has taken up. Okay. Now, one more employee joining. One more employee user going to be joined the organization. That person also have first name as TrioTech, second name as Kumar. Now tell me what system should do. As per the category level, the rule should be first name dot last name. But already there is a person with the same details. Already that combination taken up. Second employee joining, that person also have the same first name and same last name. Now tell me what system will do. This is what system will do. See, system taken up its own combination. First name, last name, in between it inserted an alphabet A. See, TrioTech A. Kumar. Next third person also have same first name and last name. Then TrioTech.B. Kumar, TrioTech.C. Kumar. Alphabets will be injected in between team. So that is about username generation rule fails. But here, why system taken up its own combination team at the category level, you set it up that one. See, generate system username when generation rule fails. Now, our generation rule failed in the system team. So as I checkboxed this one, that's what system behavior. It has taken up its combination team. If I am not checking box this one, generate system username when rule fails at the category level team. Whenever I'm creating a user account in the system in my category, if this such scenarios came, then it will throw up an error. It will ask us to go with another combination of first name and last name. But that I can't do. Employee name is that one. What I will change in that? So that is what team. We have to check box this one. Generate system username, generation rule fails. That we have to configure in the details area, the very first tab. And then team, after that, password policy we can set up. Come to password policy and then click on edit. Right team? Click on edit and then we have password policy. Like days before password expiration. What is your client requirement team? Let's say my client is telling Kumar, every 3 months, password should expire for all the employees. They have to reset the password on, based upon the security concerns the company have. Let's say client asking that every 3 months, employee have to reset their password or else password should expire. That is about this one team. That is the reason why when I created the user account in my last class on Friday, exactly 90 days after the user account creation, the password expiration date triggered. So what is the policy that your client want to follow? The password expiration, 90 days, 60 days, or every 1 month you want, or every 4 months, 120 days, or every 6 months, 180 days. What is your policy? My client is telling Kumar, I don't want anything. Just once the account is created, that's all. No need of expiration. Then what you will do? Give some bigger number like this. So these many days, no one will work in the same company, almost 10 years, close to. Or more than that, you can give some bigger number. Okay. Sorry, it should be maximum of 4 only. Okay. So that's what you can give team. I'm going with 90 days period. Like every 90 days, the password should expire. I'm setting up here team. And then days before password expiry warning means what team? Let's say I'm going with 90 days as password expiration. So exactly 10 days before from that day, means from 80th day onwards team, the password expiry warning messages will start triggering in the system every day. So every day from 80th day onwards, every 90 days is password expiry. Days before password expiry warning. So 10 days before to this means from 80th day onwards team, every day system will send the warning notification to employee stating that your password of the system is about to expire. Kindly please click on the link to reset the password like that. So how many days before you want to start sending the warning messages to the employee? So 10 days before. Then hours before. Okay. 10 days before onwards, every day you are sending the notification from the system. Even then employee is not replying or updating that. Then hours before again you want to send. On the last day, 90th day, how many hours before the password expiration you want to send the reset token notification to the employee. Hours you can define team. And then password complexity. Currently, simple was set up team. That is the reason when I'm creating the new user account, password policy coming as simple, at least 8 characters, 1 number. So these are the available combinations team. Simple, complex, very complex, custom. Simple means minimum characters 8, minimum digits 1. Complex, if I go team, minimum 8 characters, 1 uppercase and 1 minimum digit number. Very complex. See, special character added. Then custom. Then I can choose what I want. Minimum characters how many? In that uppercase how many? Lowercase how many? Minimum digits how many? Special characters how many? You can choose here as per your client business requirement. So let's say team, from simple I'm changing it to complex. Okay. Let me save and close. Okay. Let me save and close. Now let me try to create the user account team. Let me cancel it. And let me come freshly to the user account page. Now see team, whenever I'm creating the user account in this category of default, see, if I keep my cursor, password policy change it, see. From simple, it changed it to complex. At least 8 characters, 1 uppercase, 1 number. From where? From here. So password complexity. So whatever that you configure in this default user category, in the front end, when we creating the user accounts under that category, the options will validate accordingly there. The functionalities will enable accordingly there. So that is about password complexity. Then team, disallow last password. What is this one team? If I checkbox this one, every 90 days you are setting up, employee have to reset the password. Now, every time when the employees in the system resetting the password team, they can't use their old passwords. Let's say my password is kumar@123. Okay, now 90 days completed. I have to reset my password. I have to go with some custom combination. TrioTech@123. Something like that. Again, I cannot go with same kumar@123. System will not allow. Disallow last password means that one team. If you uncheck team, then system will allow old passwords to reset again the new password team. Then administrator can manually reset the password. I'm unchecking team. What happens? I will show you now. Save and close. Administrator can manually reset the password. I uncheck it. Where the impact will be there, you know, in the front end, whenever HR admin trying to reset the password, I told you, right, in the last session, how the HR admin can reset the password of any employee user account team. They can come to this users area, they can search the user, they can go to action and reset password, right team? Now see, as a HR, I came to security console, users, then I searched for the user team, then I'm going to the action button. Reset password. Now see team, only automatic option is there. Manually change the password graded out. See team, manually. I'm not getting the option to select. Why? I disable that option. Administrators can manually reset the password. If you switch off at the category level team, user category level, you won't get that option. As a HR admin, when he's trying to reset the password here, this will be disabled. See, it's gone. Now see team, I will put it back. Administrator can manually reset the password. Checkbox, save and close. Now let me try it out team. The same reset password in the system. And see now. Now I came back. Then again, I'm trying to reset the password. Now see here team, manual option got. Now, as a HR admin, I can manually change the password of the employee or any user account team. See? So this functionality controlling also will be there in the category level. Because team, yesterday I created my TrioTech, not yesterday, on Friday, I created my TrioTech Kumar user under this category of default. Under that category only I created this user account, right? So whatever the rules we are configuring here, the user account rules, password policy, that will be validated to the users which are created under that team. So that is about password policy. So details we have seen, password policy we have seen. And then team, the third section will be notifications. Like whenever in the system, the new user accounts that you create team, several notifications will be triggered. There is a bell icon here, right? See the notifications area I told you. So usually any sort of notifications that a concerned person receives, system will send the notification in the bell icon here team, where a manager or the employee can able to access. And one copy will be sent to that particular person's email also. That will be done by the system. So notification preferences you can set up team, like whenever under this category of default, any user account created, whether the concerned person should be received the notification or not. So edit it team, and then you can set up enable and disable the notifications in the user creation level. Edit it. Edit it, and then here team notification preferences. So if you come to notification templates team, and within the notification templates, please come to the second column, event. So this is what the transaction team in the system, the different transactions with respective to the security administration. So here also team, whatever the template names that you see starting with Aura, they are Oracle standardly delivered notification templates for different transactions. We have the custom scope to define also. The rest of the things what you are seeing are related to that one. Let us come to search ORA, template name starting with ORA. So you can see all the standard templates for different notifications team. See, this is new user created. So whenever in the system hiring happened, new user account you create, system created, or let's say manually you are defining the user account team, the concerned person, whatever the email that we are giving team, the concerned person will receive a notification from the system. Okay. So whenever we hiring the employee, I will show you that one team, because these are demo instances that email notifications were switched off by the Oracle. In the training environments, usually that option Oracle restrict team, we can't able to find out that, but I will show you one sample how it looks like for the other batches that what we worked on. Let me show you team. Okay, I think it's not in my system. Okay, that's okay. We'll see that in our end user transactions time. Whenever we performing the end user transactions in our core HR module, I will show you by hiring the employee how it is coming. So basically, whenever a new user account created in the system, application will send the notification to the concerned email team so that employee can be intimated about that one. Then similarly, password expired. Let's suppose 90 days we set it up. Employee have not resetted the password. Then this is password expiry notification. Then password is about to expire. The warning to be sent 80 days before onwards we have set it up. This is password expiry warning. Let's say employee resetted the password, then password generated. Then if password reset by manager, password reset confirmation. These all are different notifications team in the security administration area. Let's suppose in the front end, when we logging into the system team, we have forgot username, forgot password options. Let's say if we forgot the username, I told you, right, you can pass your email ID there, select forgot password or forgot username, and you can click on submit. System will send the email to you, I told you. So this is forgot username team. Like that, for different transactions, event means that there are different transactions in the security administration area team. New user creation is one transaction. Password updation, password expiry, password generated, password reset. These all are different transactions in the security area team. Whenever a particular transaction happened, the concerned person will receive the notification team. Let's say new user created. If I go to the template, this is a template, right? if I go to the template team, I can see how the notification will be sent by the system to the concerned person. Okay. Okay. Like what will be the email subject line? So here I can see team. This is template name or a new account template, and the language will be in American English. You can even select a team, like whenever system sending the email notifications, how that particular email to be. Message subject line will come with this team, like Oracle Fusion applications welcome email. Let me show you one sample. Just give me a second so that you can able to correlate the things usually. Just give me 1 second, team. I'm trying to open a mailbox where we usually use for our other trainings. Okay, you can see this notification like this. 1 second. Sitting. So whenever a user account created in the system, the concerned person will receive the notification like this. Subject line say Oracle Fusion applications welcome email. Then this is to your email. Okay. Then congratulations, your Oracle Fusion applications account has been successfully created. Please follow the link below to reset the password. For any issue, contact your system administrator. Thank you. So even you can able to customize this template team. Let's say my client is asking Kumar, whenever that notification is being triggered, an email is being triggered to the concerned person, can it be customizable, the body of the email or the subject line I want to customize? This is an old email team, somewhere in 2022 August, that for other batches that we are using. I mean, I could able to figure out that when I search with welcome in my subject area. That's okay. So here team, that is coming from here. In the system, in the user category level team, you have to come. In the notifications, you have to go to that respective event. So this is new user created event team. So this is new account template. Click on that template and we can able to do the customization to this template team from here. So subject line, currently what it is showing, subject is Oracle Fusion applications welcome email. So here it is subject C. Anything that you want to update, you can do. Then message C, dear, then first name, last name. So basically, if you want to hard code some database DBs or database attributes team, we have a concept Oracle given called expression language, EL expression we will call team. So we will see that more in our sandbox customizations and personalization classes team. But there is some EL expression concept where you can hard code first name, last name. So every employee, whenever the user account got created team, it will take up dear first name dot last name. See, during that time, we have given the person name as a test 111. See, dear test 111. Then congratulations, your Oracle applications account has been successfully created. That is what you're seeing. See, right? Then please follow the below link to reset your password and start reset link. Then contact your admin. Thank you. And if anything that you want to write further team in the email body, you can able to customize that. So in the system, whenever the user account created or whenever password expiry, different transactions we are seeing team in security administration area. Whenever that particular transaction or the event trigger, the concerned party will be sent a notification by the system. One copy the person can see in the bell icon here. At the same time, one copy will be sent to his email ID. That notifications, if you want to customize, you can able to do so. And enablement and disablement also there, team. See, enable flag. Let's say new user created, currently disabled team. If it is disabled team, whenever in the system, new user accounts that you create, system will not send the notification because that was disabled in the category level team at the notifications area. So go to that template and you can enable that notification team. If you keep enabled, then only whenever new user accounts created, the concerned person will receive the notification. See, enable button. And this template is about what you can see in the description team. Notification to be sent when a new account request is processed. I enabled it team. Now see, you can see the enable checkbox coming up here. Enable checkbox coming up here. Right? See, like that team, for several transactions in security, you can individually go to the template level, you can enable and disable, and any sort of customization you want, you can do. But ideally, in this level, clients might not expect any customization, just enablement and disablement, you can focus team. On top of all the notifications, we have an enable flag here. Here, we have individual level to enable and disable. But though you enabled your notifications team, directly at the preference level, enable notifications, if you check, this is a global option. Means the entire notifications will be switched off. For security, I'm talking about. With context to the security team, when you disable this one, though at the individual level, if you enable also team, okay, that will not work out. So first enable here and then go to individual level and enable and disable team. So this is about user category level notifications, enablement and disablement. So whatever the notification that a user will be receiving, their setup will be relied at the category level in the notifications area team. If anything that you want to customize, you have to come to notifications area. And then team, if you go to users, currently in this application, under this user category of default, whatever the users define, that all you can see team. All user accounts in this application, you can able to see. See, these all are the different employees or the users currently in this application who is having their user accounts team. So that all people you can see here. So this is about team user category. The set of account rules or user account creation rules we are maintaining in the user category level. And by default in the system, when client purchase the license from Oracle, this default category Oracle will deliver in the system team. You can go to that category and you can give or customize whatever the rules you want. Then Kumar, okay, you are telling that default category Oracle will give in the system. Then what about other two? How people created? Why we have the option to create multiple categories in the system? I will tell you a requirement team. What is that? My client is telling, Kumar, I have a requirement in this way. What is that? For all my employees in the system, and anyhow for my employees, that is an automatic way. System application will automatically create the user accounts when they are hiring in the system. For all my employees, I have these set of rules. What are they? Let me list out. User account rule should be email ID. Then if username generation rule fails, then system should create the new user rule. Then coming to the password expiry, okay, I have 90 days, and within that days before password expiry, the warning should be 80 days. Then password complexity should be complex, right? Then admin able to reset the password, yes. Then disallow last password, yes. Then notifications for all type of transactions, it is yes. But team, my client is telling this is okay. Now client given me the set of requirement for the employees in the system. This is for employees. Let me go with something here. This is for their employees team. Now my client is telling Kumar, a part of employees, I have implementation users who are not my employees, but they're implementation people who are our vendors for implementing this product. Okay, like when we go for a project team. So the implementation team people, or sometimes team in the Fusion application also, some user accounts we will be giving to the client for scheduling several processes across the module, or some super user accounts with all access. A part of the regular accounts that employees have team, they will be having just user accounts also in order to perform certain transactions. That will be called as technical accounts or admin accounts team. So whenever the implementation team people have their accounts or some admin accounts which we are creating, means team, no employees will be associated, only just user accounts. Correct team? We are not employees in the system, but still we require user account team. For these type of user accounts, when we are creating a user with the associated person type as none, who is not a worker in the system, other than employees, whatever the user accounts that I have, user account rules should be for them first name dot last name. Okay. Then username, if it fails, system should not create it. Password expiry, no, it should not expire. If password expiry, no, days before, no. Complexity, very simple. Then admin can reset the password, no. Disallow last password, no. Notifications, no. Because that is just as user accounts, okay, for the implementation team. So I don't want all these restrictions. Everything, no, I'm giving. C team. Username fails, system should not create it. System should throw up an error. Password expiry for these people, no. Days before warning, no. Password complexity, simple. Admin can reset the password, no. Here is. So I'm trying to give you some requirement from the client team, like 2 sets of requirement client given me. For employee accounts, these are the rules to be given. For other than employees, the implementation team or just the admin accounts which we are creating team, then these are the rules. How can I achieve team? That is the reason Oracle given us the provision to create the custom categories team. And the default category is a non-deletable. See, I cannot delete it. There is no cross icon. Take this as granted team. In the Fusion system, all the employees whom we are hiring, their accounts will be created under default category. I'm telling you, right team? See, manually, if I define, I have the scope to select under which category I'm creating the user account team. I can change it according to my requirement. But if system generating, for all my employees, I told what team, system automatically will create whenever the hiring happening in the system, right team? Take this as granted. Whenever HR hiring the employee in the system and system automatically creating the user account, by default, all the accounts will be created under default category team. So whatever the rules that you want to maintain in the system for the employee accounts, go to default category and configure your requirement accordingly. So for employees, username generation rule is email. Generate system username, yes. Then save and close. Then password policy. So whatever that you want to follow for the employee accounts in the default category, you configure. Then notifications, what you want, you can configure. Now, for the other bunch of people, other than employees, whenever we are creating team, we require a new user category. So forget about these two, as it is a demo instance like you and me people created. So I can create the new category team. See, user category, edit. Then I'm creating something like implementation team user category. Team, when you creating the new user category, don't give any space. System will not allow. Just the name and description. Next URL is not required. And username generation rule. For this people who are creating in this category, I told first name dot last name. Then generate system username. No. So I'm checking that. Unchecking that. Then password policy. What I want team for the people of implementation type, password expiry, no. So what I will do, I will go to the password policy. I will go to the password policy. Still getting created team. Right? The new category created. Now go to password policy, and here I will set up whatever the policy I want. So password expiration, I will give some very bigger number team, some 4 nines. Then if it is 4 nines, these all will fall accordingly. 10 days before to this, but who knows that many days any employee work in the organization or not. Then that follows by this. Then password complexity, I told simple, right? Then admin can reset password, no. Disallow last password, no. So I'm unchecking that one. Save and close, right team? Then similarly, notifications. I will go to notifications. Then this one also I'm telling what team? No, system should not send any notification whenever the user accounts creating in this category. Then I will go to notifications team and simply I will uncheck the notifications in the system in this category. Let me go to edit. First let me go to the notifications area. Then edit. Okay. So by default, all will come with enabled options. See all events. Then simply I will come team. The global option we have, right? Notification preferences. I will uncheck this one here. Suddenly application performing slow. So let me go to enable notifications. I disabled it team, then save. So I don't want, right? Notifications, I don't want, I'm telling. So I disable the notification. So whatever I want for this category team, I'm configuring that user category according to my client requirement, all the options. And then team, if you go to users now, you won't find anything under this category. Why? Because this is the first category that you defined team just now. Fresh category it is. If you go to users, nothing is there so far. That's okay, fine. Click on done. Once you create any user account in this category, you can see them. Now see team, your category also created here. Now if you go to users from category, if you go to users team, okay. Here now see in the user account area, add user account and then team. Now you can have your category coming up. So if you want to create the user account in another category, you can choose. Okay, then you can give the details accordingly team and you can create. So whatever the rules we configured in this category, when we defining the user account, that all rules will be implicated to that people team, the user account. So if you ask me, Kumar, is it really required in every implementation? It's all depends upon the client team. When you go for an implementation, when client given the application access to you, and once you come to create the user account, in the user category level, only one option you will see, that is default. That is Oracle delivered option in the system. Rest of all are customly created in this DevFi environment, whatever we are using for our training. Zenpact, Mahindra Group, someone defined, and this is somewhat I defined just now team. Okay. So it's all depends, team. If your client expecting different set of rules for different types of user accounts or people, team, you can maintain multiple user categories in the system and define the accounts accordingly. But one important rule everyone should keep in mind is what in the system for all the employees, whenever system generating the user accounts, team, all of them will be created in that default category. So whatever the rules that you want to maintain for the employees in the system, in this category, you can maintain. Default table, whatever you enable, that will be by default coming for all the employees, team. Other than employees, if anything that you are manually defining the user accounts, you can choose in which category you want and you can create the account accordingly, team. So this is about user account creation in the Fusion system and how to use the concept of user category we have seen, team. So by this, I will conclude the topic of user account management in the system. But still, we are pending with this option. We have not seen so far. Why? Because I have to hire the system employee team if I have to show this one. But if I have to hire the employee means my core HR module to be implemented. Because in core HR module only, the employee hiring, everything will be done. So next topic that we are going to start will be core HR. Once we complete the module, in the transactions time, okay, I will hire the employee lively in the system and I will show you how system generate the user account for them. But these are the options we have, team, if you want to work on the user account. But in the real time, when we go for the project, as we have to create the user accounts for our team members, we have to follow the same approach. Whatever the user that client given us, the super user account, one account that created by the client. By using that, we will log in into the system. Then we will go to security console tools and then go to users. Then we will define for our team all the user accounts in the system, team. Okay. So this is about user account management in the system. Now, in the next session, team, tomorrow, we are going to start with the very first module that will be core HR. Like any project implementation you go, core HR will be the fundamental module to be implemented, team. Okay, because the employee management, employee hiring and managing will be handled in the core HR. So any implementation you go and work, first module that we will implement in the system will be core HR. But before starting the core HR also, team, once our team get the access in the system, okay, once our team get the access in the system to whatever the modules that we have to receive, once we receive the access, there are certain things that which we have to do in the system, team. Now our team will get the access, our user accounts, roles, everything how to add, we know. Now all of us got access, team. Now we are about to start the configurations in the system. Okay. Okay. There are a couple of things, team. We have to enable the module related licenses in the system. Okay. And we have also something called offerings, team. How to enable the offerings in the system, that I will take up in the next session. And also, before starting the core HR module, I want to explain you. In the core HR module, we have a concept called organization or enterprise structure in the system, team. Organization structure or enterprise structure, we will call basically. We have enterprise, divisions, legal entities, business units, department, like that. So in tomorrow's session, I will be taking up that concept, team, org or enterprise structure. And if time permits, I will also start with how to enable the offerings in the system. Okay. So any questions as such in today's topic regarding